Hello everybody. This is just a simple tutorial on how to run the Python debugger. The Python debugger, or the PDB, is a really simple command line debugger. It's kind of similar to the GDB, for like the GNU debugger for C, if you're familiar with that or if you ever used it. And it's just useful for when we're going to be running code on the virtual machine. If you're having a slight problem, you may want to use this, or in general, it's just useful. I actually use it a lot because it's simple just to quickly import and just run a quick debug like this. Otherwise, you can set up, debug configurations, but then you have to sort of specify, and when you want to change something, you have to edit it. So on the fly, this is actually really good to know. Firstly, we have to import the PDB, Python debugger. Once you have that imported, and we don't have to install or download it, it's built in. Once we have that, we're going to pick a spot. And instead of hitting a breakpoint, we're going to say pdb dot set trace with parentheses. Now when we run the file as we normally would with Python 3 and the name of the file, it's going to actually jump us into the Python debugger, right? Now if we want to see where we are, we can actually just put in L or list, but I prefer the shorthand of it, L. So it'll print, only so much code around where you are, and it'll point to where you're actually at on the next one, right? There's a lot of little operations that you can do, but I mean, let's just say we wanted to print some variables, right? All we have to actually do is just say print. So print name, yeah, Bob. There we go. And something to note, that the last command run, it's just going to keep running if you hit enter, right? Until you put in a new command. Then it's going to run that. And list will list more of it. But this comes in handy when you want to you want to go next, right? So we type in either next or N for next, and then it moves us there, so we can just hit enter and keep going through next. Now if we want to get out, we're gonna hit exit, right? I'll also just show you real quick on how we actually step into a function. So here we see we're actually at the function. We want to go into this function. We want to see what's going on in here. Instead of next is the equivalent to step over in any normal debugger, right? But if you want to go into it, we're going to say step, which is basically step into. You could type step, but I like the shorthand, which is S. So now we're actually in there. So we'll go N for next and print here we are in my function, right? We're inside this function, and then it's just going to go, basically until we leave it, and then now we're back here after the function call. So yeah, those are just some basic operations. There are a lot more. You can look those up. Python debuggers, hugely used everywhere. So yeah, hopefully that'll help debug some issues. Okay,